How is everybody doing out there? Welcome to What's Up, Bolts. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot to talk about, obviously, during training camp. Uh, Mike Williams, halfway through practice, we get an alert saying that he had retired. 3 hours after that, Tre Harris signs his deal. So a lot to get into, but obviously, we couldn't get through this show without welcoming one of your guys' favorite guests, one of our favorite guests. Dan and I love having this guy on. We travel with him everywhere when we go up to Chargers and everything. We always have good conversation. It's always fun. So let's get in the man, the myth, the legend. Remember, it's Eric D. Williams, D for Dynamite. So let's get him in here. Step up, Eric, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I think your intro song kind of like wakes you up a little bit, wakes me up. It gets us going. So definitely it definitely kind of gets us going today, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Along with everything that happened, like you just mentioned in the intro, a lot of stuff went on today. Interesting to talk about it and kind of get into it with you.
Did you ever think? I mean, you and I spoke about it. We were sitting in the media center, and I told you Harbaugh's going to go about 30 today. You're like, I think about 20, and I'm like, he went about 27 minutes. Did you ever think it would be a 27-minute soliloquy kind of esque by him? Because he had about a 5 to 6 minute where nobody asked him anything, and he was just going off.
Yeah, it was just kind of stream of conscious, like whatever's in the back of Jim Harbaugh's mind, going into that first day, which is always interesting, just to kind of hear him talk about things. So no, I was not expecting that, but I'm here for it. Anytime that Harbaugh can kind of give us 30 minutes of an entertaining presser. Like you mentioned, I mean, it just kind of was all over the place. The 22 foul balls that he reportedly has caught. The fact that he brings a glove to every game that he goes to. The fact that Barry Bonds almost hit for the cycle against him when he was pitching at Palo Alto High School. There was a lot of great nuggets.
I had to do the math. Are Jim Harbaugh and Barry Bonds really around the same age? And the math adds up.
It does add up. Yeah, they're both, I think, in their late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
So yeah, they would have been playing against each other in high school in the Bay Area. That was interesting. I think for me, the one takeaway that I thought was interesting, the fact that he needs to kind of get this team going again now that they had that 4 weeks off, and these first couple practices are the opportunity to make sure they start training camp off the right way, that they don't go too fast, too quick, and avoid those kind of nagging injuries that you see guys always get. Let's remember last year Justin Herbert was injured at this time and wasn't able to practice, and I think that was kind of a big deal at the start of the season that he wasn't able to get out there with his teammates. He's fully healthy. He's able to get out there now in his second season in this system. And I think that's going to be important in terms of building chemistry with this group. As Harbaugh has mentioned every time that he talks, it's not about Herbert, in terms of raising his level of play. It's everybody else raising their level of play to Herbert so they can get the most out of him.
And it's funny you mentioned that, Eric, because when you talk about Compas on the beat, that's what we do. Three of us have to raise up our level to this next individual who is joining us now. If we're not at his level, he's gonna tell us and smack us around and be like, "Look, you guys got to get up to my level." And who is that but Dan?
How we doing? I wore the shirt. I'm ready to ask the hard-hitting questions. Of course, I'm going to wear it. What happened? You guys just go up there and you just said, "Hey, let's ruin his day. Let's just start getting people to retire. Let's get firework grenades going off in people's faces." Like, What's going on up there? What are we doing?
A lot of stuff happening up there, Daniel, with your team.
Yeah, apparently they were too bored, and they're like, let's spice it up a little bit. Let's bring back some of the old bugs, and let's see who we can get on the DNI or whatever. I don't even know, the PUP or whatever the hell it's called. Like,
So we were about 45 minutes into practice, and a fan turns to me, or a fan like kind of yells out, Fernando, and I turn around. Did you see Mike Williams retired? I'm like, what? And I look down at my phone, and Ian Rappaport had tweeted it out, and I'm like, oh crap. So it's about going and finding PR, writing the story, doing all that.
and you're just like, what a
cluster. Oh, it was a cluster. Like, it was a pain in the ass. And then obviously Justin and Derwin spoke after. Jim had already spoken. So Justin and Derwin were like, yeah, no, we love Mike. Sometimes when they announce a retirement, it kind of sounds like a funeral, Eric. Like, oh yeah, this person kind of like, we're gonna miss him. We love him, his energy. But yeah, guys were really they were really surprised that that Mike decided to retire, and that's gonna be a huge void, especially because they expected him to be the X receiver, and they were gonna bring Tre Harris up slowly but surely. And now it's kind of like, well, Tre, I'm going to need you to get it going now because we need you out there as the X receiver. Isn't that right, Eric?
I'm going to push back on whether it's a huge void or not because he wasn't on this team last year. So what are you missing? I mean, you weren't getting anything in terms of production. Certainly the expectation was that you were hopeful that you would get, what you got from Mike Williams at his peak, which was one of the best late game playmakers in the game when he was healthy. I mean, this guy made a lot of plays over his career with the Chargers when they really needed him to make plays. And so, yeah, but the one thing that when we look back at Mike's career is what could have been because of the injuries. He wasn't always out there on the field. Unfortunately, a lot of it was because of how hard he played when he was out there. He played with kind of a reckless abandon a little bit and put himself in precarious positions that led to, the type of nagging injuries that he would end up with that would keep him off the field. So, is there a huge void? I mean, certainly the expectation was that he was going to be their X receiver on the boundary and be a guy that could stretch the field because of the chemistry that had already been developed with Justin over the years. But now that he's not available, as you mentioned, Tre Harris signs his contract. He's certainly going to be a guy that's going to be in the mix. I know Chargers Twitter is all over Q, but Q's going to be a guy that's going to be in the mix and be expected to go out there and have an opportunity to make plays. And so he's going to be in the mix as well. Who looked good at practice today was Keandre, the kid out of Auburn. He made a couple plays in practice. And then Jalen Reagor, every time I'm at practice, the guy makes a diving catch. I mean, I know, the numbers weren't there in terms of the expectations of what you expected to get out of him, but Justin seems to like throwing the football.
Dan, you're not giving me that Arizona game where Jalen caught that big catch. He's about to walk into the end zone and he gets it popped out and it fumbles into the back of the end zone. And Dan can't seem to forget that. Huh, Dan?
Then did you notice that little giggle when he was talking about someone stepping up over there? Like he's just enjoying this. My downfall. He's enjoying it. It makes him laugh. I want you to know, Eric, not only do I have a bet with you, I made a bet with one of my coaching buddies. I said 10.5 wins, and I'll take the over. So I got a dinner on that too. Dinner and 2 beers. So
Dan, look at this.
Dot ding. Who's that right there? Who was that?
Jalen Reagor.
Okay, is he gonna do that in the game this season, or you know what's the funniest thing? Seriously, I mean, besides our dumb luck. What's his name? Will Dissly gave up the jersey number for nothing now. Now I wonder if he's going to go back to it or not. Just irrelevant. Just crazy.
It's available.
It's available. But I think to me, the only thing I want to say is I don't know what you guys think. I think it's an asshole move to retire right as training camp starts. That's asshole move to me. I thought it was an asshole move when Andrew Luck did it. And I'll still continue to think it's an asshole move moving forward. That to me is just, it's unbelievable. And, my follow-up to that.
Well, at least he's not doing it before the season starting. At least.
Yeah. Would you rather have him retired week 4 once he's hurt?
about? You're either gonna thug it out or you're gonna not even try it. Like right now, dude, that's like
you can't thug it out if you can't run, Daniel.
My God, then he shouldn't have come. He shouldn't have signed. He shouldn't have done any of that. Like, don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're probably right, but maybe somebody tried to talk him into it. Maybe he wasn't going to play, and they were trying to, hey, you got one more year, and he's like, okay, let me see if I get my body going. He goes through OTAs. He tries to get ready for training camp. He gets to training camp and has the realization that he can't do it anymore. So I think it's fine, and it's great, to be honest, that he did it now instead of waiting until the regular season so they can figure out ways to replace him.
I guess. I don't know. I still think it's an asshole move. You don't do it. Just don't come back. You need better friends, Mike. I'll tell you that right now. You need better friends. My follow-up. My follow-up. Do you think now Keenan Allen is a little bit more of a possibility on the board? Or because I know the price tag. I know he is probably misevaluating his value on the market and everything else. No. I'm not like, I don't mean it like slandering.
No, I know.
I'm just thinking of it like, if I'm a GM, I'm not paying this guy over like $5 to $6 million. Like, I'm just not going to do it. Like, yeah, he's good, but he's aging. I'm not going to give him a multi-year thing. I'm definitely not going to give him anything north of like 10 and all that if that's what he's desiring. So,
yeah, for me, the problem with Keenan is he plays the same position as Ladd, and I feel like if you bring Keenan in, then is that going to stunt the development that you've been having with McConkey, and then how are you going to get both those guys on the field? If I were to consider bringing Keenan in and, I was the Chargers, I might wait until week 2, week 3 of the regular season when you can pay him week by week and you don't fully guarantee his salary at the start of the year. Go ahead and let the young guys, play during the preseason, get reps with Herbert, see who emerges. And then if nothing works, then go ahead and maybe call up Keenan or Amari Cooper or, whatever veterans are on the market.
Gabe Davis is also out there, and Gabe is a bigger receiver.
I think he had catching issues, didn't he? And I have enough of that. I don't need him.
Well, no. Remember, he caught 4 touchdowns against Kansas City in the AFC.
Yeah. Fat lot of good that did him. Nothing. 0. Don't even bring up that history to me. But like, I totally get, maybe a Ladd and him do the same thing and everything. I need guys who can catch the ball, Eric. That's what I'm looking for. Keenan's not going to drop. And if Keenan drops, then we got no chance. Who cares? It's all over. Just pack it in. It doesn't even matter.
Running backs.
Yeah, let's just hope, who's going to be up front is my biggest question. Let's just hope they'll open up running lanes. Let's hope this year, Eric, I don't know if you saw around any Just for Men bottles. Hopefully they got that out of the building. That way he's not high when he's calling plays over there. But, I mean, who knows? Let's just hope. We're just KYP, know your personnel, So
you get excited. Here is Keandre Lambert.
I'm excited because my dog's here. I'm not excited talking about this. This is depressing.
Look at this.
Hold on, I can't see. I don't have my.
Yeah, I remember this play. This is in the red zone. Nice catch in the back of the end zone.
There you go. Yeah. See, Frau gets excited for helmets and shorts and all this stuff. I want to see when the pads come on.
I want to help you.
There's no help. You're lucky I don't just reach down here and pull out this bottle. I got
Taylor Heineke wasn't even there today. Trey Lance was quarterback too.
And that's supposed to help me? It's just so funny to me. I mean, this is a side topic, but just how bad Kyle Shanahan messed that up. Other people would have been fired.
That was a John Lynch.
Well, whoever. I don't care who it is in the building. I don't care who it is. Like, that was just wild to me. I think they traded it up.
They did manage to make it to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, so there is that.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. No one cares if you make it, Eric. You know this as well as I do. And the worst part is they just, well, I'm not trying to be crude. I won't say that, but they just took it 2 times in a row. They didn't, the 12th man was very evident in both games. I don't know what it is against the Niners. They're pissed about something out there. I don't know.
Eric, what was kind of something that stood out to you today at practice, besides obviously what Jim said about, hey, you have to elevate yourselves to play up to Justin Herbert?
Yeah.
Anything else that kind of stood out to you?
Just seeing a Marion Hampton up close and how much of a physical freak that guy is. I mean, he's a beast. Like, there's not an ounce of fat on that guy. He's built like a house. And I just feel like he's an explosive play waiting to happen. And so I'm really interested to hopefully see him play in the preseason, see how he runs, see how he fits in the system. And I just feel like I don't know if there's going to be a two-back system. I think, if it takes a while for Najee to get back from this eye injury, I think, Amarian might just be the guy.
Dan, does that excite you?
I like that. So is he like Derrick Henry but shorter, or?
No, he's wide. He's not lanky like Henry is. I mean, Henry's
I know,
like
but Henry's thick. Henry's thick, yeah.
Yeah, but Henry's got. I feel like Henry's got thinner legs than Hampton. Okay. Hampton's built more like a fire hydrant. Oh. He's built like a linebacker. He's built like a linebacker that could run the football.
Good. That way he runs through tackles. I like that.
But he's got wiggle too, though, and he's obviously got home run speed. I think he's a uniquely talented running back.
I can't wait. I'm excited because let me tell you something, Eric. I at least know I have adults in the building, so that's what kind of keeps me a little bit more focused and positive. I'm gambling out here. I'm gambling with my reputation. These people be hating on me.
You think Harbaugh's an adult?
Come on. I know he's eccentric. I know he's a little bit weird, but yes, he's an adult 100%. Okay. I know everybody gets weirded out because he's a jolly good fellow. Like, he's a football guy. Like, you know what I mean? He's a football guy. When he was at the White House, he's explaining A-gap movements and how to pull powers and everything else. So it doesn't matter.
He's a football coach.
He's a football guy. No, I'm just kidding. No. But I mean, yeah, I would say he's an adult. Yeah, I'm not worried. If I've already said it. I've said it on the record like 800,000 times. If we don't win it with him, it's never going to happen. Period. Unless my Lord and Savior comes down himself and coaches this team, it's never going to happen. I believe that 100%. We're cursed at that point, really.
Yeah, this is adversity.
Daniel, what do you think about Harbaugh in year 2 when you look at his previous stops, both Michigan, Niners, even go back to Stanford and San Diego? His teams kind of had an uptick the second year that he had those teams. There was a market improvement.
100%.
Obviously, with the Niners, they went to Super Bowl, I think, in their second season. So
100%.
That's why you're laying the over with
100%. These guys can kiss my ass. I have the inside scoop. They don't know. Like, seriously, me and my exactly. I do my homework. I got the shirt on today, baby. Journalism. No, but seriously, like, all jokes aside, like, my whole thing is like, when you look at last year, I would say close to 90% were not his guys. And I don't mean to be crude or rude or whatever. I would say a close 90% was not his guys. He can say whatever he wants about some of these guys, about jolly good fellowing and, the khaki or whatever. He can say whatever he wants about them. Not his guys. Not his guys, and 10 wins or 11 wins. What was it, 11?
11-6.
11. Yeah, 11 wins. Playoff. Now that he's starting to turn them out, get them out of here, and he's starting to bring his own guys in, 100% there's going to be an uptick. I firmly believe that, because if he could do it, this is the way I explain it. And again, I'm only talking about on the field play before people try and slander me that I'm an asshole or whatever. He was doing it with Walmart greeters, people who do drywall in the summer, and he got 11 wins.
Wow.
Now he's going to get actual professionals in here. Hopefully we can catch a damn rock and get blocked.
You should be talking about Puna Ford and Joey Bosa like that.
All due respect, I was a big Bosa guy. I've always liked Bosa. I've defended Bosa from time to time. Guy wasn't healthy. It is what it is. He had some skill. He had some level, but he just was not – he was not an every game guy, and that's a problem at one point. You're not going to sign him to a lot of money. That was, that's why I think, seriously, I guess they signed TJ Watt today. Is that true? I don't even know, because I'm in a bubble. I've been working all day. So I think that's a mistake. I said that yesterday. I think that's a mistake. They should have traded him years ago at his peak to get some value out of it. I Googled ChatGPT up in here. Help me. He's only completed 4 seasons out of 8. 4 seasons out of 8. That's a problem, in my opinion. But
well, tell me this, Daniel. You're a big line play guy. The game's won in the trenches, right?
Yeah.
O-line, D-line.
It is.
So tell me this. Are the Chargers better or worse this year on O-line, D-line with all the moves
there's no way they can get worse. From the shit I saw last year, there's no way they can get worse.
Okay.
They at least signed.
So it's addition by subtraction?
Basically, it's almost like a double negative. It makes a positive. You know what I mean? Like, they at least signed Mekhi Becton.
Okay, that's right.
Big,
Becton.
coming off a Super Bowl, big,
good point.
Moves well. He'll at least swallow up a linebacker at the second level. I'm sure he's physical enough to move people. Pad level worries me a little bit, obviously, when you're that big, but I mean, maybe he can make it work. They signed the guy from the Raiders. You know,
Andre
our friends
James.
over there. Our friends over there supposedly said he was good center. I think it was.
He was good in zone blocking. That's what he was really good at.
Yeah, and I think they
Washington State product, I believe.
I think. Oh, there you go. Shout out. I told you I went to Washington not too long ago, right? Did I tell you about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
I did or I didn't.
You didn't.
I liked it. Now I see why you talk a lot about that place. I like it. It's pretty good. I went to Vancouver, Washington to see my niece graduate, so I was pretty excited.
Oh wait, you did tell me. You told me you went to Vancouver.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I don't want to bore you again hearing the same story, but anyway, Rashawn Slater's there, which obviously the contract thing is going to be interesting. But like again, I think I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative. But who knows how much they're going to sign him to. Obviously, that's going to be a problem, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, you got to pay good players. It is what it is. But, are you going to break the bank for him? I think is the biggest question. Is he a top 5 or a top 10? That's the biggest question for me. So, I think they're going to be better up front. It's going to help having running backs, hopefully, who are available every game. I mean, when you're not trying to blow yourself up, I mean, let's see when we're available every game. So, that was a big problem last year. You didn't know who's going to be back there running the rock. Can't be Justin. This isn't Josh Allen. He's better. So, I think offensively they're going to be better. More than anything that pissed me off last year is Greg Roman's stubbornness about trying to go heavy, trying to go between the tackles, trying to overpower teams when you just don't have that personnel. So, I mean,
they didn't have anybody to get to the. They didn't have a running back to get to the edge, though. So I don't think he had a choice.
But like my thing is again, like you can go between the tackles without trying to cloud the box. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like there was too many times you were trying to go 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, or go 2 running backs and a fullback, and you're just stacking the box, and that's your weakest point. Like you can't spread them out and then run the football inside. At least you'll have a chance, maybe some one-on-one matchups. But compact, they clearly were not good last year. I would love to know the stat on that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what they do in year 2. Like the thing that bothers me, and
Zion Johnson and Bradley Bozeman.
Well, that's obvious, but I'm just talking about offensively. I'm tired of hearing it of, oh, Herbert's just a check down machine, yada yada yada. Like this isn't football talk. Like clearly he goes through his reads, and the only thing that's open is the damn check down, and that's a problem. So I think they're going to be better offensively. They better score more offensively because I think they're going to have, some challenging games, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the NFC East. I think the hold on, let me look at the schedule, but I think the best game I'm excited to watch because that's going to be a good test is the Eagles. That's going to be a great game to watch and see where they are. And again, the last thing I'll say, because I know I've kind of, long-winded response, but if they don't win a playoff game this year, it's going to be a wasted year. That's just my opinion. It's going to be a waste. Yeah. I'm not talking about AFC Championship. I'm trying to be realistic, Eric, okay? I'm putting on – that's why I got the shirt on. I got the shirt. If Harbaugh doesn't win a playoff game in year 2, I think it's a waste. And I think, I'm not going to say there's an underlying problem or whatever, but, it's gonna be bad. And that's not going to be good, so.
How about win the division? You haven't won the division since 2009. I
think that would be a win. I mean, that's like a participation, but that would be a win. I'd be good with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not being sarcastic. Like, yeah, it would be nice. I would rather win a playoff game.
If you win the division, you get a home playoff game.
Well, that would be great.
The last 2 playoff games you've lost, they've been on the road.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm all for it. Because, like, again, like, I'm not trying to relitigate the past and everything else, but you had guys in there for 10 years, and they saw 2 teams rebuild and win Super Bowls. This is our time now. If we don't do it now, it's just over. There's nothing else to talk about. So, long-winded response.
You didn't say anything about the D line. I was waiting for you to touch on that.
Oh yeah. But like, I'm not worried about defense because like, again, they made magic last year. They had some good signings. They found some gems. The Puna Ford thing. I mean, obviously, I wanted to keep him, but I guess he priced himself out. Like, this is what I've said since they've taken over. I like that they're not. I don't know if in a rush. Complacent is one, obviously, but I like that they're not in a rush in the sense that they're like, oh, we need this guy, let's just pay whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you see the contracts of the JC Jacksons, the who else? I mean, taking Jerry Tillery in the first round, like, take your pick. I'm not trying to go through the whole thing again, but
that's Eric's boy.
They're not. I know. He's got a lot of he's got a lot of friends. Trust me.
Renaissance man.
I was talking about you yesterday about our Fox Sports Insider, so we got some questions about Fox Sports coming up.
Keep on going.
But they're not. I don't know if they're never in panic mode where they're like they're not going to overpay for players, which I'm down for. Because I mean, when you have good coaching, when you have a true vision that you're going to stick to, it's all going to work towards there and level out in the end, if that makes sense. Like,
Dan did not want DK Met. He did not want to trade for DK Metcalf.
No. I'm not doing that. Paying $30 million. What is it a year? $15 million a year?
He's getting $30 million a year.
Yeah, that's too much for a wide receiver. No offense, Eric, but that's too much. I'm not doing that. But
wide receivers score touchdowns, man.
Yeah, okay. Why did they score touchdowns? Do I need to pull up the clip of Harbaugh? That's probably what he told the president. You know, who depends on everybody? Everybody depends on the offensive line. The offensive line doesn't depend on anybody. Yeah. Then he has his big glasses. He's just hilarious. Sometimes I think he's like a WWE character, and I would love to know what he's like behind the scenes. But anyway, defense was our strongest. If you listen
to the interview this morning, you would know what he's like behind the scenes.
Oh, talking about the presser?
Yes.
Oh, I might have to check that out then. Is it online? Did they post it? Because I know people get upset when they don't post it.
No, they posted it.
Okay, good.
Go back and listen.
I will. Especially, did he go at anybody? That's my favorite.
No, he was really nice.
Oh, okay, good. All right, fine.
You probably won't like it. He was too nice.
It's still early. Give it time.
Oh, it's way early. Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not worried about defense. That was our strongest thing last year. Tarheeb Steele is going to be in another year. Hopefully he grows and develops as he should. Same with Cam Hart. I mean, as long as Cam Hart doesn't try and get more concussions, I think he'll be good. I'm hoping Dayon takes the next step. I mean, obviously
Juli's going to be a big one, Eric, I think.
Yeah, let's hope he takes the next step. So I'm not worried about the defense. I think the defense last year found their rhythm and groove early, whereas the offense never really did, I felt like. You know what I mean? And it's like once you find your rhythm and groove, now in year 2, all you do is make slight adjustments and you try and scout yourself.
And to be fair, also Justin was out for most of training camp, so he really came back the week of the Raider game, and nobody knew if he was going to play or not. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing. Like I'm definitely going." So, real quick, Eric, before we let you go, we appreciate you jumping on with us.
Sure.
Jordan Lewis, Jacksonville Jaguars cornerback, tweets out, Mike Williams had 1 day of Harbaugh's camp and said, "This is it."
Oh, that was a player who said that. Yeah, that's hilarious. I thought that was like a meme.
So Jordan Lewis played under Harbaugh at Michigan, and he tweeted this out. And then someone goes, "To be fair, my boy been glass since he entered the league." And he goes, "You ever seen one of them rage rooms? That's what Harbaugh does to glass."
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
And then he kind of took it a step further, and
Mike didn't comment.
No, he found an old schedule of when he was at Michigan, and he's like, "We did this every day, 6 days a week for a month." Mike, I ain't talking bad about you. I just know. So basically, if you look, it is wake up at 6:30, breakfast, treatment for an hour, then you lift for 45 minutes, walk through with ball, treatment and eat lunch, special teams meeting, offensive and defensive meeting, treatment and eat, offensive and defensive meeting, eat, dress, tape, prehab, practice for 3 hours, defensive lift for 45 minutes, treatment, eat dinner, special teams meeting, special teams meeting, offensive and defensive meeting, eat, and then going to bed at 10:30. and here's their whole schedule. This schedule really had a looking in a mirror every night at 18 years old, contemplating life.
Oh, dude. But you know what's funny? That's kind of smart, I guess. I mean, obviously, if they adhere to it, that way you don't give them time to be fooling around and getting into trouble. So, I mean, in a way, it's kind of genius. That just shows the Harbaugh mad scientist. But anyway, I had a long-winded response.
Wait. Just see if Eric wants to comment on that.
No, I know.
Well,
okay,
I mean, real quick, I mean, that's college. So obviously they have a lot more leeway in terms of what they can do with the athletes. There's this thing called the collective bargaining agreement that wouldn't allow for that to happen in the NFL. I will say this, 2008, I was covering the Seahawks. Jim Mora had a similar type schedule for the Seahawks back in the day. They went 2-a-days. They practiced 8 to 10 in the morning and then 5 to 7 in the evening. This was before the collective bargaining agreement, was redone in 2011. A lot of the veterans were not fans of Jim Mora because of that practice schedule and wanted to get out of there. Felt it was too hard. Yeah. So there's always going to be pushback from veterans when coaches try to go old school and amp up the type of regimen that you're going to have. I don't think that's why Mike retired. I think Mike retired because his body had betrayed him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Go ahead, Dan. If you had,
I just wanted to say, what are your like predictions or thoughts of Harbaugh in year 2? Like, you think this is a year that you put it a little more together, and it's not a horror story watching on offense, and the greatest film you've ever seen on defense, or night and day, or whatever. What are your thoughts of them going into year 2?
I think a backslide a little bit. I like 10-7.
That doesn't help me. That doesn't help my bet.
Well, 10-7, you sneak into the playoffs, and maybe you win a couple games on the road. So the record isn't as good as it was last year, but I think the team gels in the second half of the year. They stay healthy, and they maybe surprise some teams on the road. So I have issues with the depth on O-line, D-line. Yeah. If guys get hurt, who's going to step in and be able to play at a winning level on both sides of the football? And I don't see this as a team that's going to blow people out. No. Because I do feel like they're still going to have an issue with scoring the football. They're going to play a lot of close games. And so that means, their special teams is good. They have one of the best kickers in the league in Cameron Dicker. So I think that helps. But, winning those close games, I would be a concern.
100%. Like I said, because, again, I got it on today. I think year 3 is going to be the year they make a big step, whether it's AFC Championship or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, I think
it needs a couple victories in the playoffs.
I just need one. Just to say it was a good year. I just need one. But, I'm with you. Like, I thought Tre Pipkins moving to guard would have solved some issues, but that was, to me, that was probably the biggest disappointment last season. You know what I mean? Like, such a big body, good frame and everything else, but just not good inside or outside. Obviously Zion, disappointment also, because that's a previous regime first round pick. I don't know what's been going on there. Bozeman was on skates half the time. The only reason I'm happy they resigned him is A, he tried to fight. I forgot who it was because they hit Herbert late. And B, I mean, I love Bozeman, Montana. So, I mean, whatever, I guess. Whatever. It's a sign from God. I don't know. But, I'm with you. I think it's going to be a little bit scary if anyone goes down. I think they will be a little bit top heavy, especially because, I mean, really on offense, your vets are like on the offensive line, for instance, like your vet in the room is probably Rashawn Slater because he's obviously very good. But then after that, you have Alt, who's going in year 2, and everybody else who's like, okay. And Mekhi Becton, I guess.
Like I said, Becton's a vet. Yeah.
Those 3 guys are solid part of the offensive line. The only thing is they have an issue at center and at guard.
Yeah, and like
also said, on the defensive line, they don't have a Justin Smith like they did back in his previous. Like, they don't have a Patrick Willis. They don't have a Navarro Bowman, Alden. Like, That's kind of what they're really missing. They don't have.
You're talking about some names right there. I mean,
I know.
I watched those guys up close, and that defense was beastly.
Scary.
I know. Like they're kind of missing that, and I think Junior
Donnie Whitner at safety. I mean, they had some dudes.
Hittner, remember?
Hittner,
and you can tell, like on defense, it's literally Derwin space Khalil. Well, Derwin and Khalil, I guess, and then there's like a gap. Dayon's trying to kind of climb up there, but Dayon's more of the new age linebacker where they're able to keep. Dayon did a good job last year covering, even with the torn labrum, covering tight ends, doing a good job against them. I think Junior Colson's going to be the guy to watch this year. I think he's Navarro Bowman's kind of pet project where he's like, you came out of this system, you should know this system. You were injured last year, but this year needs to be a year where you kind of step up. So that's, I think, who they're really going to be counting on. I think if they could have Dayon and Junior for the next couple of years, I think they'd be solid at linebacker. But again, it's like you guys are saying, that defensive line really needs to be built up because that's going to be the core of what this team is going to do. And again, today on Jeff Schwartz's show, he asked me, what is a concern? I'm like, the edge rush.
Oh, yeah.
I know Joey wasn't at full strength, but Joey still set the edge very well. Khalil sets the edge very well. Can Thule set the edge? Can Kyle Kennard come in and learn how to set the edge? Bud Dupree's up there in age. So, and last year he had 4 or 5 sacks that he left on the field, and he even said it because the guys got away from him. So they're going to need to really kind of come together, the defense, and play well. But Jesse showed last year that with a couple guys, he was able to do that. But Eric, before you leave, I can't let you go without people are wondering, Kyle Van Noy, can you just speak? You thought you were going to escape, Eric?
I know. I thought I was sliding out here.
Chasing ghosts. Threw you under the bus, Eric.
Well, you're talking about my story about Kyle Van Noy and some of the things he had to say about Herbert. I was able to talk to him at an NFL network, NFL event, which about branding for players and how to increase their brand, during their career and once their career is over. I talked to him for about 10 or 15 minutes, and he was, gracious with his time and had a lot of interesting things to say. In terms of the Herbert question, I just asked him, because he had played with him, what he felt like Herbert needed to do in order to kind of get over the hump, because obviously he had struggled in terms of, as we mentioned, the playoff wins and what he needed to do better. And one of the things that he said was just kind of, being a better leader in terms of creating relationships with everyone in the locker room, kind of being a more of a vocal person, not necessarily out in the field, but just, chatting the guys up. And that's one of the things Philip was pretty good at. He kind of went around the locker room and
I don't buy that. Sorry.
He was. I mean, we saw him chatting different people up, and he had locker right next to Antonio Gates, and they had a good relationship, during their time together. I don't think it was mean spirited, and the fact that he had his locker next to Justin and had a good relationship with Justin, I think he just wanted people to have the same kind of relationship that he had with Justin, so that maybe they could have a little better team chemistry.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. That's what people don't understand. Like, it's all about unit cohesion, especially in my opinion at the professional level, because you're already getting paid, and obviously, when you get paid, it's a little bit different. And obviously with the revolving door that the NFL is, like, if you're getting paid and you don't give a shit about the people around you and you're only worried about the money, like, you've seen players who do that, and they're good players, but they never rise above that. You know what I mean? They never go to football immortality with winning a championship half the time. So everybody gets that. You need unit cohesion.
So for me, it's not like Kumbaya sitting by the campfire and singing songs. I think what Van Noy is getting at is if you create these intense, deep relationships with your teammates throughout the year, when you need to, you can call them out, and guys will have buy-in because they know that you care about them. So it gives you the ability, like, and I think, because he played with Tom Brady and some of the best, he saw up close how Brady was able to just get on guys and demand more. And the reason that worked was because he built that relationship with those guys over time, and they had a respect for him. He just wasn't in there chilling at his locker listening to music.
Yeah.
And so that to me, I think, again, I'm just kind of reading between the words of what I said. Yeah, I think that's what he was kind of getting at.
Yeah. No, and it is that, because I've known Kyle for now 3 years. I always see him at the Super Bowl. We always chatted up and everything. And Kyle, if he wanted to say something and really throw it out there, he would have, because remember, Dan, when he got released by the Dolphins, he was in his Ferrari. He jumped on the Pat McAfee show and let everybody know, hey, I signed a 4-year, $60 million deal, and I just got released 8 months into my contract. I don't know why. And he just started talking and yapping about the team and everything, and he kind of let them have it. So yeah,
hilarious.
Kyle really loved Justin. I remember he even wrote on his jersey during exit interviews. He wrote on his jersey, "You're gonna be great. Just make sure that you see yourself the way others see you. You're great. You're gonna be great." And he wrote a really nice thing on his jersey. And he told them, just keep on doing what you need to do. You're going to be up there with the all-time greats or something like that. So yeah, you can tell Kyle has real love for Justin. But Eric, thank you so much for jumping on with us. You are the best. Everybody can find you at Eric_D_Williams, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And what does the D stand for, Dan? What does the D stand for?
Dynamite, baby.
And dangerous.
Oh.
Exactly. There you go. That's why the tell-all Fox right here. We're breaking you.
I gotta go, fellas.
All right. Thank you. That's Eric D. Williams.
We love you, Eric.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, Dan. Dan, I couldn't let you go without listening to Eric's
music. Yeah, no shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Exactly.
Right.
Dan, I am not going to keep you that long, but I do want to share some of the things that happened today during Harbaugh's presser. Do you want to go Mike Williams more, or do you want to go his Harbaugh's presser?
Yeah, I'd rather go Harbaugh. I mean, Mike Williams, what more do I need to know? I don't need a eulogy. I need to know where the team's going. Oh, I take this shit off the screen. I'm not going to watch this. If he's dropping, I don't even want to see it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus, God help me. I don't know if we're going to talk about that or that's going to be a talking point. Who knows if he makes the team? I mean, fuck, man. You got to be able to find somebody who can catch the football. Dude, you got to be able to do the basic bare necessities. Holy shit, Jesus help me.
Okay, so this is what Harbaugh said when he was asked about it being the first day of camp.
It's all excitement, it's all it's like the first, it's a homecoming, I mean, all the best words in the English language, I associate to the first day of football. It's being reborn in football. It's the start of the year. It's the some would think it's January 1st. Those that espouse to Catholicism, Christianity would think it's
dog
Christ. Us in football, it's the first day of training camp. Homecoming. Whew, now we're all together. The first day of school would resonate with me on this. You care so much about these guys and the team, and you worry. And now we're back under one roof. So there's that excitement.
So Dan, today you'll love this. Jim went on a rant about, not on a rant, but he started speaking about what he obviously he was asked about meeting President Trump a couple of weeks ago, or last week, him and his brother and their family and everything. And he's like, oh, he was really nice to my mom, very nice to us. And then he just goes on a 5-minute tangent about how and when he's met the 7 presidents that he has met. Like he's like, I met Gerald Ford when I was caddying at a golf course.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah,
Jesus,
so yeah. So he's like Gerald Ford.
Dude, that
he's
guy
like,
was there for a cup of coffee, basically.
and then he got
what
excited.
are we
He's like,
talking
I met
about?
the Gipper. He's like, I met the Gipper. Ronald Reagan. It's funny because, well, I'll tell you in a minute. But Ronald Reagan, he met. Well, yeah, no, he doesn't say this in this quote. He met Bill Clinton, but after he was out of the White House, he met him at an event. He met.
You got to be more careful there. Who knows who's around trying to have a good time.
He met HW. He hasn't met W though. He has met Barack Obama and he's met Joe Biden and President Trump. So he was talking about all that, and listen to what I believe this is it. Hopefully I didn't get this wrong, but listen to his excitement when he talks about it.
And Pope Francis, can't leave out not a president, but I mean, doesn't get any higher, doesn't get any better than Pope Francis. So I think 7 presidents, Pope Francis, 4 first ladies. I've caught 22 foul balls in
wow.
Game, but yeah, legit. Yeah, like it was either a foul ball or a home run. Yeah, I'm really proud of that. I don't think I'll get to 22 presidents, but hopefully, God willing, and the creek don't rise, and maybe 15, maybe hopefully 15 or 16.
Can you go through all 22 foul balls now?
Most of them came. Yeah, I'd love to. You want to? I didn't keep them. I haven't kept them all. No, sometimes I gave them to a one of my kids or a kid in the stands. I always bring my glove to the game. That's the key. You gotta bring your glove. You gotta sit, huh? Joe Ortiz asked me the same thing. He questioned me on like 22, so yeah, the 13 of those foul balls came when I was a youngster, going to Tigers games. My dad and Gates Brown grew up together in Crestline, Ohio. They played football, basketball, baseball together. So sometimes we would get tickets from Gates to go to the game at Tiger Stadium. And there might have been like 1,000 people, at those games back then. I mean, it's not like it is today. I mean, so me and my brother, we could go to the upper deck and there'd be just me.
You telling my brother and I,
a section here and a section there.
Oh, no.
So anything that came up there, I was getting it. John had 3 sections he was covering, so we were coming away with sometimes in a game, 2 or 3 foul balls.
Eric's right. He's too happy. I want to go back to, that's what you said. Those are your words. I didn't say that. That's whatever your narrative is, just take a quote, do whatever you want with it. I like that.
And then he spoke later. They asked him if he had ever hit a home run in a game, and he's like, I've never done it, but I did have. You know what? I'm going to give you the quote. I'm going to put that on right now. But Dan, I don't know if you know this, President Trump had the same concerns as you when it comes to the Chargers. Listen to this.
It's a big job.
Football.
We talk football. We talk a lot of football. He is very knowledgeable about all sports, and but yeah, especially football. He wanted to know a lot about Justin.
So do I.
His talent, and what we were doing to I said that's top of mind, Mr. President. Is Justin Herbert? Getting him the weapons. And protecting him. I told him same thing I told you all. I think Justin's biggest weakness is those around him that he's counting on offense, us coaches, and playmakers and players on offense. We got to get to Justin Herbert's level.
He basically called out the whole offensive unit, right there in that presser. Okay. Hopefully that's going to light a fire. And that's why I'm saying, he is not going to hold on to these first round picks just because they were first round picks of the previous regime. So I wouldn't doubt that he's going to start trimming the fat.
Brendan, believe in something. He's like, I refuse to believe this conversation happened.
Talk about with the president or what?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
hilarious. Oh, well, I can't even see the comments. I can't. See but like I said, like he's gonna trim the fat, and I think he's gonna pull the ship in the right direction because I don't think he's gonna stand for any of this horse manure. So
yeah, Dan. Another big thing is Tre Harris. Well, you know what? Hold on. Justin Herbert responded to what they asked right there about. Hey, he was asked, "Hey, this is what Jim Harbaugh said that the biggest weakness is the team. How do you respond to that?" And take a notice at how Justin kind of responds to it.
look at the son of Odin.
Oh wait, no, this is about Mike Williams. Sorry.
He looks like Anakin Skywalker right before.
Oh,
I
got
I want what's
on
best
that.
for Mike. He's always been there for us, and
Yeah, pause this. I don't want to hear about
we
Mike.
need
No
everything.
offense. Great,
It's
grand. Get off my team. Get the hell out of here. Next guy. Let's go. I'm sorry. Like, we're at a point. I think we're at a watershed moment. You spent on a coach. You spent on all this stuff that comes with it. It's time to start producing. We got to do it. We're not waiting around. No more sentimental crap. No more, Notre Dame boys or whatever else. We got to get going.
Well, Notre Dame now has been playing really well.
Well, yeah, they have someone who's competent up there, not a guy who calls a 7 a.m. meeting to say, hey, I'm fucking bailing out of here to go Louisiana to the bayou
with my
family. Yeah.
Okay, this is what Justin responded to when it came to the Herbert or Harbaugh thing.
my mindset is just to be the best quarterback that I can be. To attack every day.
I thought he was going to say with enthusiasm.
So did I.
And be the quarterback and the leader and the teammate that the team needs from me. And, that's my responsibility. And, it's great to have a coach that believes in me like that. It definitely doesn't hurt. I want to make him proud. We know how special of a coach he is. And, the way he infects everyone on this team. We got a lot of respect for him and we'd love to play for him. So it's cool to hear. But at the same time, I got a job to do and I got to focus on that.
That's what you want. That's the face of the franchise. That's what you want. That is exactly what you want out of the face of your franchise, dude. He's saying it's on him. He has to get better. He's not looking at everybody else. He has a job to do, and he's got to execute. And 100% is right, because the thing about the quarterback, the thing about the center, they're the coach on the field. They've got to know what everybody's doing. They got to get people in the right position. If not, it's all going to go to shit, and it doesn't work. It just does not work. So
my brother can't have it go to shit.
I can't. Okay. What else we got to talk about?
Ready to go? Yeah, no, hold on.
I can tell people you'll never know why John Cena became the Rock's bitch.
No. So, Dan, I don't know if you know this, if you see this right here. Do you see what's going on with Justin's eyes?
Who's he looking at or what?
No, look at his eyes. They're blue, but look at them right here.
Oh, they're red or something, right? Supposedly?
Yeah. So
I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. These are I can't see.
So Justin's wearing UV.
I saw a tweet about that, which I mean, great, grand. Become a Sith Lord. Let's go. Start decapitating some of these people. Start with Mahomes in Brazil. Like, let's go.
Hold on. So listen. So he starts talking about the UV that he's wearing UVs, and what do you think your boy did?
Let's see. Are you a Sith Lord?
They're like sunglass contacts. UV, yeah. It sometimes when it gets bright, I don't know. My eyes have a tough time, so
Bored, essentially.
Really. I tried a visor a couple years ago, like a tinted visor.
I told him he looked like a Sith Lord.
I heard that, and he started laughing. He's like, "Really?"
I had to keep like cleaning it off, and they told me that the contacts were an option, so I tried them out, and they really helped. I didn't have to squint nearly as much, and if I'm able to see the field better, because of it.
Yeah, please, helps. God, you need to see the field. My God.
A lot of people wear the tinted visors. I think you need. I think it's really common in baseball. I'm not sure with football, but
no one cares. Baseball's not real.
Option, and, I felt
you just better be careful that thing doesn't come out, and then he's playing around with a contact, and someone else has to go in for him. Yeah, there you go. That's enough. That's all I needed to hear about.
No, well, I just wanted to show you.
That's funny. You got the chuckle out of it. Yeah, you got the.
Hey.
Oh, really?
I was like, the Sith Lord, and then he's like,
let's go.
2 last things, and then we're out.
Okay, so don't pull on me what you pull on Hilberto now. We got a hard Out time. Let's go.
In my article today, I wrote that one of the presidents that he had that Harbaugh had met, and I put this line in there.
Who's president of the United States?
Oh yeah.
1985. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, the actor. Then who? Jerry Lewis.
I love that movie.
And then last thing is obviously what Jim was asked about when it came to if he had ever hit a home run.
That's a great question. Deserves a worthy answer, and I will give it some thought. I will give it some thought for sure.
Then you'll speak it into existence, and you'll get to meet them.
Appreciate it.
How many doubles does John have?
I don't know. I don't know that he's kept track. I haven't kept track for him, but he's got a lot because he was right there at those Tiger games as well. Me? No, I've never had a hole in one.
Oh, here we go.
I've never had a hole in one. Hopefully someday. I saw a hole in one by Don Klosterman at Bel Air when I was playing with James Garner and the great Don Klosterman. He had a hole in one at like the 6th or 7th hole. One of the most incredible things I've ever seen. I mean, he had a very hard time standing up, even to hit a shot, but he did. Hit it right in the hole. The other thing is I've never hit a home run over a fence. That's the other thing that haunts me. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But in my defense, both of my high school teams didn't have a fence. There was no fence. So,
that's funny.
The home. I played away games. I played away games where there was a fence. I never hit one. But yeah, I hit home runs. I mean, if you hit it in the gap, you could, like a little league home run where you just run around all the bases. But I've never had one actually go over a fence. Maybe my son Jack, will accomplish that for us. And now that I think about it, Barry Bonds hit one over a fence while I was pitching, and when he was Palo Alto High versus Sarah High, he almost hit for the cycle off me too. I think he was just missing the single.
That's funny. I didn't know he was a Northern Cali guy.
Yeah, he is. That's where he grew up. But I mean, they moved around a lot because the dad was
obviously coaching jobs. Yeah.
But yeah, Dan, honestly, Harbaugh even told us before practice, like this is going to be more like mini camp part 2. We can't get going until we have the pads on. And I think the pads come on the first day, if I'm not mistaken, either Monday or the first day in San Diego. I'm not too sure about that. So I'll get back to you. But
you could tell it was a slow news week. They're talking about his childhood and all this other stuff.
2 hours later, Mike Williams had announced his retirement. So
crazy.
It wasn't that slow. So
no, I meant in that press conference at the time. I
know. And you know what's funny? I'm gonna save my Ted Lasso question because I do want to ask him about that. I'm gonna wait till they're in San Diego to ask him about that. But yeah, I thought he was really he was funny today. But again, it's a facade because right when the season really gets going, that's all gone.
He's gonna do this again.
I know.
Look at the bottom of his glasses. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just waiting for the Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. I mean, those are your words, not mine.
Again, it's good that Keandre Lambert-Smith is back in there. Quentin's going to need to do something. Jalen Reagor. Keandre, I told you, the speed is what really they're attracted to, and they feel like he could be the one that takes the top off of the defense. So that's going to be really interesting. But again, interesting day. Dan, we were on the practice field, and halfway through, they're like, "Oh, Mike Williams retired." I had to run back right and run back out there. Yeah, it was a bunch of craziness. But again, I just want to thank everybody for jumping on here and watching. What's up, Bolts? Thank you to Eric Williams for joining. Thank you to Brendan. Thank you to Christian. Christian says Tacos El Frank at Plaza Bonita are good if we don't make it a TJ. So maybe we'll have to go try that out. Thank you to Blue Dream. Thank you to Chasing Ghosts. Thank you to Chasing Ghosts for keeping us in line about Cal Van Noy.
Blue Dream, I love this. Yeah,
you to,
give him that Mace Windu treatment,
thank you
baby.
to Tom. Thank you to JM Taylor 84. Thank you to Super Hawaiian 44. Thank you to everybody who commented. Robert D. Thank you to Matt. Thank you guys for commenting. You guys are the best. Guys, I think we will not have Fernando, I need to ask you a question for the next presser. Can you find out why the NFL insists upon enacting a 2-helmet limit on uniforms? Blue Dream, I will ask that. It doesn't have to be at a press conference, but I'll ask some of the NFL people that are there. I'll ask them, and when we get back to this, I will jump back on it. So we probably will not have a show until either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week after the San Diego practices. So I think we're gonna let the two San Diego practices happen, and then we'll probably jump on if something crazy jumps on. If something crazy happens, obviously we'll jump on if they sign somebody or trade for somebody or whatever. But as of right now, let's just keep it as it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll let you guys know. You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much. Blue Dream, appreciate it. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your guys' Thursday. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Real F Ramirez. I'll have all that stuff from training camp and everything for you guys. Again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Dan, why don't you get us out of here?
Be a compa, tell a compa, smash the like button, and don't forget, you'll never find out why John Cena became The Rock's bitch.